All right, there we go. I don't know what's going on there. Hello? Oh, are you kidding me? Now I can't. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, give me a sec. I need to. What about now? Okay, there we go. We're back. I needed to make sure I could monitor the audio. So, at the top of this thing, I want to show you guys what I've been working on. Not what I've been working on, but what I've been experimenting with. So, let's see. Let's turn that one on. Which, that's right. Okay. So, I'm working on. Oh, come on. Scanning in a CZ82. There are a couple of things I want to do with it. You can see here it's gripless, so I'm going to add some grips, and then I'm going to develop a Kydex holster. For the 82 and the 83, there are not a lot of good options for this, right? What I've seen online isn't the best in terms of the Kydex quality, and I'm pretty sure I could do something for that. So right now it's in as a scanned object. So these are all meshes, and these little different pieces or these different colors you see are solid edge trying to figure out where planes are and what you can actually draw on. So the next step is learning how to reverse engineer, and what I have to do next is learn how to take this mesh object and turn it into something that I can manipulate, something parasolid or parametric, so that I can build on top of it. Right now, I don't know how to do that, but I figure I'll learn at some point. But that is on the back burner essentially until I learn how to do that stuff. So probably gonna take a look at that this weekend. And then we're back to the assembly here, right? So it's just today's lens caps, and then we'll install some lenses and so lens caps, lens hoods, lenses, and then focus grips. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it real quick. I've been watching apparently a lot of Netflix lately, and the suggestions they've been putting out there, kind of strange. Unicorn horse, unicorn store, unicorn horse girl, straight up to the bone. Unicorn girl, I thought was actually not very good. I think it was probably. I think Brie Larson could do better. After watching Short Term 12, The Glass House, Room, I don't think. Oh, yes. Give me a second here. I've been keeping my head down to try to get all these things out. I apologize for my shortcomings, but I can give you an update here. Let's see here. All right. Do you have your backer number? Cannot find the last name in the back report. Saw you. I believe I was waiting on shipping address confirmation, but it is right here, and I will get that out to you. Sorry about that. That's my fault. I will get it out this week. I do, curiously enough, have a few that came back from customs, which I don't know why. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I have a like a wall of boxes that are all packed and ready to go. Just waiting on addresses to be confirmed. I figured since I was so slow with the Kickstarter, people may have moved. I'd like to make sure it gets there. So, I think I might get to show you guys. Nope. I was going to show you how the refill works, but that's not going to happen because I just need to adjust the flame. So I was watching movies while doing this assembly stuff. Watching, I'm thinking of Ending Things, Charlie Kaufman movie. Kind of in line with everything else, like the, Unicorn Store, Horse Girl. I don't know if you call them cerebral, um, but I guess that's kind of what they are, like psychological movies. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed thinking of Ending Things. Like I was saying earlier, though, I think Unicorn Store was not the best. Oh yeah, so I kind of changed up the live stream setup so that you'll see the camera angle like slightly higher. I moved it so that the Game Boy camera is sitting a little bit higher, and then I have an ultra wide here, which gives me better access to the chat, stream settings and analytics, and then also OBS to see what I'm doing, because there is a slight delay on the YouTube stream, so being able to see what I'm doing in real time on OBS kind of helps me figure out where I am, um, in terms of like space. And then I had to print a few things, like one thing, two things maybe, to kind of keep organized a little better. So I have my most used tools in this little holder, right, so I can easily access. And then I have this little like octopus thingamabob that lets me charge the tools that I need. So I've got USB-C and the micro USB here. So I can keep them all charged up while I'm using them, right? And then I have this little storage case designed for all the bits so I don't lose them. And then you can see behind me. Yeah, you can. This guy here. Monitor or the printers. What sucks is that I was using an iMac with a LCD driver. I think I burnt out something, and it no longer powers. So I think I need to get a new board. And then on top of that, once that new board gets here, I need to design enclosures for them so they don't short, and then blow up in front of me. I'm debating on getting it and getting like a touchscreen overlay for the monitor, so I can, access this easier. I don't know. Let's see. And then next to the monitor is my first 3D printer. I had to set it up to print a few things. as to not affect the flow of printing on the, uh, what do you call it? Print farm. Counted wrong. I assure you, I can count. Oh, and then because my solder joints had sucked so much, I picked up a new soldering iron. This guy here actually works really well. It heats up in like 10 seconds. Um, Two different power delivery methods. You've got the regular barrel jack, and then you've got a PD USB-C. But that's so that I can get the drill going if I ever do. I bring it up because I'm about to use soldering iron. Because I need to assemble these. Oh, I'm waiting for the iron to heat up. Yes, in the meantime, I can set up this guy. So this is the soldering station. But that's only for soldering iron. The new one, at least. I've, like, when I was, how do I say this? When I was soldering, like, I get these really grainy, dull solder joints, and I was reading into it. It's like there's impurities either in the solder or the flux, whatever. I think it's because I used this tip cleaner as a cleaner for this soldering iron, which is used primarily to weld joints. And I think the impurities from the PETG made its way into the solder, which affected the overall solder joint. I had to fix this guy because one of the connections here pretty dirty. But now everything works again. I've got to take apart this guy. It should be working, but some of the connections are not good, so that needs to be done. So I've got different tip cleaners now, right? So this one is only for PETG welding, and then this guy is for actual soldering. hate this thing. Tip keeps rotating on me. So I've packaged the STLs, but what I need to do is I need to get a Git repository going. I also need to export step files so that if you guys want to adjust anything, it'll be easier because you guys have more or less the physical model, right? That's what we'll call it, right? Because a step is something that is adjustable in a CAD, whereas an STL is kind of a finished package type thing. So I need to get a Git repository going to document print assembly. So I have, give me a sec. Since I cleaned up, I'm organized. Ish. So I have these guys, right? These are drawings, which indicate measurements so that you can base your prints, or you can check your prints against. So it's all there. I need to get these updated, and then once they're updated, thrown into the Git. I think that's the best way to organize and distribute the STLs along with the step files, so that when you go to print, you're not kind of thrown in the deep end. Oh, right. So, family was in town last week, which is why I was not on the stream, but is why I am here today. I've noticed recently, maybe since yesterday, I'm having this metallic taste in my mouth. I know it's not blood. I know what that is because I grew up having bloody noses. Um, so I know what that metallic tastes like. This one is strange. It's a little subtler. Um, it's not here today, but yesterday it was pretty strong. I think it might be because I was processing the resin prints, and that's actually something I hate quite a bit because the fumes from the alcohol, or the isopropyl alcohol, iso, whatever you call it, very, very bad. Um, maybe it's just the culmination of not really caring about having a respirator while doing this, and then when I used to do woodwork and longboard making, the fumes from epoxy and polyurethane. Um, maybe it's finally catching up with me. But with all that said, we are coming to a closer end to this project. Should be if I can do everything correctly, end of March to clear everything out. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll find something else to keep me here. Oh, and then also, I know last time I was talking about how this was giving me trouble. And I took it apart, and I kind of cleaned everything off. Cleaned the brass, refilled it, repositioned a lot of the things. Everything seems to work now. Occasionally, it won't ignite, but I think that's something with the flame adjustment down here. Other than that, it's great. I lost a screw, so I am now in search for a replacement. And I don't believe I'll be able to find one. Without having to use like a third-party clone. There were a lot of East German lighters that looked kind of the same. And hey, they should work. Looking for these. These are Velcro zip ties. Too many wires on the goddamn place. All right. Wrap that up. All right. Let's throw these guys on. Some empty bodies. Focus and stuff. Again, I'm very against installing the lenses too early on. I think it just ends up bad for the entire assembly line. Because there's so many variables that you can't account for. So doing it the last possible step, reduce the amount of potential debris getting into lens body. Just kind of makes sense to me. Give me 1 sec here, guys. All right, back at it. Let's get this out of the way. And let's get started on the hoods. Actually, where's that power cable for? This is the old laptop one. Yeah. The old, let's see the one. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get this guy out of the way. Oh, and speaking of more soldering projects, got this this LED that the control board's fried. So I'm gonna work on getting it running on Arduinos so that I can control it through an Arduino and through a digital PWM over Bluetooth. It's so strange why it died. Charge up batteries. I bought it used, but charge up the batteries, turn it on, and smoke. Kind of strange, but we can get it working again. If there's anything that I learned being poor, it's that you can always fix broken shit. All right, so this guy is out of the way. Where are my hoods? All right, 7. That's 8. I can count, guys. Yeah. Then we need to get those going. There's no bueno that they're not already going. Moonchild. Oh, thanks. So I'm gonna do a quick filament change. Give me like 5 minutes. So the filament, one, two, or 1, 2. The filament, oh, come on, is always dried beforehand. Why are you giving me this? All right, so I fixed this wireless issue on Ubuntu like 6 months ago. And now it's starting to act up again. So what it does is it disconnects and it says that the credentials are incorrect. When I know they're not. It's just something to do with, I think it's the hardware. I totally forgot how I fixed it. But we're just going to reconnect real quick. If it's down on this guy, then it means I can't access it on my laptop over here or on the streaming setup. So I've got to make sure it works over here. Why are you not letting me in? I think it has a lot to do with interference too. Maybe the amount of people online. I think Thursday, I'll I'll try to get a wireless HDMI signal out so that I can show you guys around. Oh, you're gonna give me problems. Give me problems. Okay. What is going on with you? Better restart this guy. All right. So I guess I won't change filament. I need to change filament so that I can print the lens hood caps. While we're waiting, pull up the trash so that I can clean these guys. Give me a sec. I've got to go do something. Hello. All right, we're back. My nephew stopped by. He needed some help. So I had to help him. All right. So we're back at it. We're gonna clean up these hoods. Internet connection is back. So I can do my filament change. Give me a second. I'm gonna do the filament change. I'm gonna get the caps printing. But we are back in action. Just find my. I need the snips. The filament cutters. Where are they? Apologies for that break. It was unexpected. My nephew wanted to talk about a few projects that he's working on, so I had to lend him my relatively basic skills as a resident dumbass. Where are my clippers? This is actually bonkers. I don't have them. Okay. It should be right here. I understand why they're not here. What did I use them on? I don't understand. Oh, they're there. They were right there. All right. This is actually a pretty good usage of the roll. We've only got a little bit left here, which I'm going to save. Possibly for, I don't know, some sort of small print, but I don't like wasting it. So I'm going to keep that. Just tie it off. So I've been developing a few issues, or my printers have been developing issues. They just kind of want to clog on me, either at the extruder or at the hot end. I don't know why. And everything is still the same. I guess I'll clean it this weekend. But I don't know what's going on. There we go. Brush. Where's the grass brush? You gonna start printing. Good caps. Let's bring cap. All right, let's get back to it. Am I off center? Gotta organize these so I'm not off center. So with these hoods, I'll generally just do a quick once over with the lighter, burn up all these hairs, and then I'll come in with the Dremel to sand this down. So you'll see, you should, when you receive it, that these two surfaces are textured from the sanding. It's just because I don't like how, I guess we'll use this. And you can see the, this is the point of travel. So this is where it travels to another hood to start printing. And you'll get these little hairs. One thing that I've started doing is burnishing. And burnishing is just, well, I run this brass brush on the surface, and it kind of buffs, but it dulls the overall part. I'll show you here. You can see the difference between the burnish, I guess, and the straight off the glass bed. kind of like this a little bit more. So I might doing that going forward. No. So in a second here, I'm going to put the stream on mute because I'll be using the Dremel and the drum sander along with the vacuum to collect majority of the particulate that comes out. And vacuum is stupidly loud, so let me get set up here. I use this guy here, and then I just kind of run it on the surface to pick off any of the irregularities. All right, so I believe we're ready. Just got to plug it in. And this guy out of the way. And go like that. So again, mute. All right. So uh, they are done. What I've been doing lately is chamfering the edge here. It makes the cap fit better. Um, and it also, I think it looks a little bit cleaner. So to do that. So I've learned that this pattern on a file is called the bastard cut. Oh, give me a sec. Orange chicken. No, General Tso's chicken. It's my favorite Chinese food. I like the greasy shit. Um, there's this place in Jacksonville called Ying's Takey Outie. Absolutely love going there. So we're gonna get a lot of birds doing this. What we have to do, take those off. Let's run through with straight edge, razor blade, and just kind of knock it off. And then clean off that stuff there. And it's looking good. There you go. And then now we have to clear the inside. Clear off that debris. Whatever I do to get rid of these in print, this never works. Generally, when I see wispy hairs like this, it's because the nozzle is leaking at some point, either at the heat break or at the nozzle itself. Like it's not tight enough. But there's no leak. There's no obvious leak, and I can't see anything on top of the heat block from the heat break. So don't really know why. The great thing about these brass brushes too is that they knock down a lot of those imperfections along with burnishing, but takes out a lot of it. And we're going to do the same thing here. Very carefully because this is the interior and I might hit something. Alright, and then straight edge. Take that off. There. And this is why we always do the lens installation lash, because there's still a lot of dust generation in finishing the last parts. So it's always a safer bet to install the lenses at the end there. We are coming to the end of the stream here. And going to do one last pass with the lighter, because should knock out the rest of the dust particles and any leftover hairs. That looks pretty good. So we've got chamfered edges, matted surfaces. One thing I'm considering doing is you can restore a lot of the color simply by adding some oil or some grease, and you can restore the luster, I guess that's what you want to call it. So I might need to take a little bit off the bottom. This might be a little thicker than what's in here, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. It actually fits perfectly on this one, so I'll just use it here. Yeah, there you go. But that's that. Looking good. Looking good. All right. So we're at the end of the stream here. Let me clean off the desk here. I'm going to eat this orange chicken, General Tso's chicken, and then I'm going to finish up these lenses, or these lens hoods, and then I'm going to get the printers printing some hood caps, so I can clear this out, and then I'll be working on getting those packaged. I've got, if you want to come with me, I've got a few lenses ready to go. So if we look over there, can you see anything? Not really. Over there? Not really. But yeah, so I've got a couple of batches ready to go. And then I'll ship them at the end of this week here. Everything should be done there. Other than that, I'll just be assembling tomorrow. Probably do some servicing on the printers to figure out why it's clogging. But other than that, yeah, I mean, everything's just there, right? It's just assembly stuff. So finish these guys out, get the hood caps finished and assembled, lenses installed, focus grips installed. Then I'll ship them out. I apologize for the break in between. Tuesday or Thursday, I might turn the camera around to show you guys the setup over here. How it's changed from the initial setup. But that is it. I'll catch you guys next Thursday. Yeah, I'll see you. Appreciate you guys for stopping by.